This is the brand new Hoyt Axcel Driver. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a brand new look at the Hoyt Axcel Driver. I've had this sight for a couple of weeks now and I've been able to put it to the test. So let's dive right into it. We have some really cool Hoyt packaging right here. I love what they did with the branding. It's got the classic black with Hoyt red, and let's dive right in. So like other drivers, you're going to get this hard shell case, and inside, let's open this bad boy up, we have the all new Hoyt Axcel Driver. The sight that I've been running is the 31mm Ranger. Now this is the smallest option offered. It comes in a 2-pin variation. The smaller you go, the more clearance you're gonna get, which is gonna allow you to send those long bombs. In the box, we obviously have your scope here and the driver sight. This is gonna mount up perfect to the Picatinny system. It's gonna offer you that inline system. Everything is Hoyt branded on here, and the driver, I love it. I wanted to get my hands on one for the longest time, never did. I went on a tour of Hoyt and I was fortunate enough to get this sight at the factory. Handed it to me on the factory floor, which was really cool. What's in the box? Obviously you have your driver here, a scope, and then I've already been playing around with this, so some of my stuff is loose. You're gonna get an Axcel sticker, which comes with all of the drivers. One thing I love about the Axcel that none of the sights I've shot have is metal sight tapes. So you don't have to worry about stickers, you don't have to worry about screwing a sight tape up. These are metal and they are gonna last. So this also comes with a set of Allen keys. Everything you need to set this sight up comes in the box, including an instruction manual. So you got a QR code here, scan this, get you all dialed in. Some of the highlighted features: inline system accessory, quick adjustment wheel, third axis adjustability, micro adjust first and second axis, and then precision machine components. Now, all Axcel sights are made in the US, which is a big plus, and I love that. And the machined aluminum on these is super nice. This sight is a very light sight. In fact, we're gonna get a weight on it right now. I have my scale that I weigh out my chicken and rice with, so let's get a weight on this thing. Super light. I'm curious. I don't know the exact specs, so let's see. I'm gonna guess. I would say together this is gonna be around 9 ounces. Wow. 8.1 ounces. If you go with the bigger sight housing and a different pin configuration, you're probably gonna get a little bit heavier of a weight than that, but that is light. That is the lightest sight that I own. 8.1 ounces. Oh, we're getting 8 ounces there. So when I was at the factory, one highlight on this sight was weight. This thing is light. And as you know, if you're backpacking in, doing a lot of hunting, saving weight is everything. So 8 ounces, lightest sight I own right there. That's lighter than my UV Slider 2 and dialed proof. So hats off to Hoyt and Axcel for coming in with a really light sight. I did forget to mention that in the box you will also get a set of printed sight tapes. So if none of those metal sight tapes work for you, you do have the option to run a printed sight tape, which is awesome. They're really thinking about the consumer there. Metal sight tapes are awesome and a big plus, but hey, we're gonna throw in some printed sight tapes. I really like that. Great job, Axcel. So the available pin configurations that you can use on this sight are the 31mm Ranger, which I have, it's a 2-pin, a 41mm Ranger, which is a 2-pin, a 3-pin micro, and a 5-pin micro. Now, for hunting, I'm probably gonna throw a 5-pin micro on there. What I love is you can change these scopes pretty quick. One Allen key bolt and boom, you're ready to go. One of the most important things for me when it comes to picking a sight are the sight tape indicators. As you can see here, these things are sharp, fine, and precise, and I love that. That is one of my biggest gripes, is when companies don't put time and effort into making sure you have good sight tape indicators. It makes a huge difference, especially on a slider when you're dialing in those ranges. So I'm really excited to play around with the 3-pin and the 5-pin. Like I said, I'm probably gonna be hunting with the 5-pin version this year. This sight is gonna be very similar to the regular driver that you can buy, except it's gonna be Hoyt branded. You're gonna be able to pick it up and know that it's dialed in for your brand new Hoyt. Hoyt Driver is essentially the same platform as other drivers. You have your micro windage adjustment here on the inside. Obviously your dial out here. You do have a dead stop, which I really like. All sights should have a dead stop. The scroll on this and the wheel are super smooth. They machined this very well. There's no play in this sight. This sight feels very sturdy, which I love. On the outside here, you have your first and second axis adjustment. Now this is a micro adjust, so you're gonna loosen these 2 bolts right here and you have your micro adjust right there. This sight is very easy to navigate and it's also very easy to mount. So let's mount this up and see how it looks on our RX-9. Got this beauty right here. Now there is a bolt in here that you can secure this down with. I'm just gonna do it finger tight for now. And then you're gonna wanna level your sight and whatnot, obviously, but we're throwing this on the bow right now. Gosh, this sight looks so good mounted up on the RX-9. Okay, look at that. So these pins are insanely bright. I'll give you a close-up right here. Pins are dialed on this. I love the smaller scope configuration. I can really stretch it out with this sight on this bow. I'm running 80 pounds with about a 440 grain arrow, so this sight is allowing me to maximize my yardage. With the Hoyt Edition driver, your scopes are gonna be branded with Hoyt. You're gonna have red accents, and this thing just looks smooth. It's functional, and like all other drivers, it shoots. Not only does this sight look great on the bow, but functional, easy to set up, so smooth, and my groups are freaking killer with this thing. If you already have a pick mount driver on your Hoyt, you probably don't need to go get this, but if you're considering a new sight and you just picked up a Hoyt, I would strongly suggest looking in to the Hoyt driver. So to conclude, I just wanted to give you a quick look at this driver and some of the features it has. If you're interested in getting one, be sure to hit up your local pro shop. They're gonna be able to get you squared away and get that Hoyt shooting good. If you made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching. And as always, shoot more, worry less.